Welcome, citizens. Jedarius here. I'm doing some PTU testing. One of the things, they changed some graphic stuff, evidently. So now there's no such thing as full screen. So you could do windowed, or you could do borderless. And yeah, it's weird. And now it's actually completely messed up. But it looks like they added some stuff back in, so maybe we're doing okay. I'm gonna keep that, sure. That's still not quite right. Oh, maybe it is. Alright, we're good. We're good, we're good. It just looks a little bit off to me. Yeah, so... yeah, someone was saying that in the previous build they didn't have ELS available, and... I mean, it kind of looks like it's not changing anything frames per second wise when I change that. So it could be that it's not doing DLSS at all. Hard for me to say. Looking at the text here just to see if I can tell the difference. You touch to start, storage access, storage access. Yeah, I'm not really noticing anything happening there. Yeah, I don't know if CIG is doing that or not. There are certainly a lot of people that play this game at 1080p, including me. 2 out of my 3 gaming workstations at home have 1080p monitors. And it would be a real shame if they mucked around with people that play at 1080p's performance. Now, I have noticed, since they made this borderless window, this window-only thing change, that performance has not been very good. And I played in a borderless window all the time previous to this. So...
Now arriving.
Okay, so see that flashing yellow stuff way back there? Normally, if I turned on DLSS, that kind of stuff would stop or significantly go down. I don't think it's I don't think it's working. It's turned off. There's no way. How far away can I go before a transit platform? Okay, like you can't really read it from there. That's with... Yeah, there's no way. I'm gonna turn it off. Yep, DLS is now working. That is really unfortunate, CIG. Not cool. Nate the Great. I'm very sad. Because it looks to me like CIG just turned off DLS for 1080p resolution in the new build. They're really screwing over 1080p players. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, it didn't change at all. Wow. Wow. Right, I got a couple more ships I'm gonna pull out, and then test some power stuff on. Oh, I gotta redo them all. And did they change them?
Your vehicle has been delivered to the vault. Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah, it's not has to go live. It is going live tomorrow. And it's gonna go live broken, just like every other patch has ever gone. So, broken, confused in parts, annoying, but you know, just look at it. Actually, the sales page is not that good. The website's not very good right now. They did a whole bunch of updates and stuff to it. Still not impressed. Okay, let's turn on the engines. Ava, power to minimum.
Power to minimum.
Ava, reset power.
Resetting power.
Ava, shields up.
Defenses ready.
Okay. Ava, power to weapons and shields.
Power to weapons and shields.
Oh, that is so annoying. So instead of taking the power, the leftover power, it took it from my shields. Now I could still add power to my shields. Right, so this is, let's go, okay, minimize all the power. And maximize weapons and maximize shields. Which is not what I want. Oh, this is going to be so difficult to figure out how to do with VoiceAttack. Okay, so reset. This is absolutely ridiculous, CIG. Gotta think these things through. I don't know anyone who's gonna sit here and try and play around with their mouse and these pips. And use keys to do it. Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. So this is reset power. So why are they leaving two things out? Like, why not add it one to shields and one to weapons? Why isn't that reset power? Of course, there's no way to save this, so set it and forget it. I guess that's not gonna work. Yeah. Well, there is a bug report, and I responded to it because it shouldn't. There's also a problem with the guns, where if you max out your weapons and max out your shields, your weapons stop charging. That's the other thing that's just a crying shame, is the way the weapons are set up. It's very confusing. Here you go, babe. It's gonna have extended info turned in. Is there a... Let's see if there's a... Light HUD. Oh yeah, they're like little, they're minis. Yeah, they're movies. It's like I want to change these. That works. This should be... just lasers. Everything. Right, I think that works. Right. Edit info enabled. Yes. Oh, that is nice. Right, so that's always gonna. Got it. That's good. I think there's some grizzly bears in the house. Let me go down there and scare them away. I'm pretty sure if that guy could wrestle a bear that we saw earlier, I could. No, he wouldn't. No. You think so? He's kind of a baby. You think he'd? Yeah.
Takeoff complete.
All right. Gotta do. So this is my suppression, my old suppression fire command. I want to alternate weapons 1 and 2. So I gotta find a way to do that. I think I can do that this way. Okay, alternating one. So, left mouse button. Left mouse button. Right mouse button now just does like zoom. So, gonna start. Sure. See, that is up. Mouse wheel up. Clicks. That inside. So it's click. Click. No. Clicks. Quick pause. One. Okay. This button. sure something backwards. There we're going. To do this also. First, get something. Because I don't want to fire all. Fire. Second and gave a suppression fire.
Alternating weapons 1 and 2.
Okay. Alright, so far so good. Nope, it's not working. Gave a ceasefire. Gave a stop macro. I did do this wrong. Gave a suppression fire.
Alternating weapons 1 and 2.
It doesn't make any sense. Gave a stop macro. Clearly not what I'm doing. Backward. Okay. Ava suppression firing.
Alternating weapons 1 and 2.
Ava stop macro. It's not a horrible movie. Ava suppression fire.
Alternating weapons 1 and 2.
Ava stop macro. It's doing something. Yeah, hey, Infernal. Yeah. I mean, some of it is okay. I'm gonna tell you right now. Can you read any of these? What does any of these say right here? I can't read any of those. Read any of those? I mean, I can read the lock and the VTOL. But there's this little thing that CIG is allergic to called contrast. So, in here, like this, where it's got weapons, No contrast. Like it's too small. I don't get it. Oh, like 12,000, how many? 1,200, yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I'm like 15 away from 500 subscribers, too. My son is talking to me. So, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, they changed a bunch of stuff, but they still don't seem to understand UI very well. So I mean, it's pretty dark in here. There's not like, but that, you know, like if I put that in the brightest spot in the room right there, it is really hard to see my crosshairs now, isn't it? And also, let's see, yeah, like, I can't see anything with my speed, you know, anything that's like colored, that just disappears. So, it's totally lame. Then they just need to cut it out. It's not cool if you can't read it.
2.
I don't understand why my... Okay, so I'm gonna... Gave a shield suppression. Can't even speak it. Gave a shield suppression.
Alternating weapons 1 and 2.
Gave a stop macro. Maybe I have it backwards. Well, they can't keep the power triangle. And I'll tell you why. Can't keep the power triangle because it's not a triangle anymore. We just can't use the rest of it yet. Right? There's all these other ones that have power pips now. And like, can't use any of those yet. But this scrolling thing, this is trash. Who's gonna scroll this while they're trying to fly? Frankly, who's gonna click any of it while they're flying? It's kind of ridiculous. So, yeah. Yeah. The scrolling in this MFDs, I don't get it. They need to make each of these like a third or a quarter of what it is, and you know, like this whole output thing, that could be a tiny little thing, like right at the top here. They can move all these over and fit all of them on one screen, and I think it'll be fine. But it's a lot of stuff. And Yeah, if they made this stuff work like the power triangle, it would be great. It doesn't. It kind of does, but it doesn't. It's just horrible. So, if I want to do... So this is reset, and it has 2 power pips left over for some dumb reason. And if I wanted to do, this is minimize all. And let's say I wanted maximum shields and maximum weapons. So I do maximum shields, maximum weapons. It takes it from shields instead of taking the 3. It boggles my mind, because now shields should be like that and weapons should be like that. If I do, again, minimize all, maximize shields, maximize weapons. It actually puts one more into... Yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous. So, like, why even have it if you can't make it so that it's usable? Just have it default and leave it at that, I guess. Maybe that's what they want us to do, and it doesn't make any sense. Yep, it's dumb. So I'm very glum on the whole thing. They've wasted a lot of time in the deck chairs around on the Titanic, I think. And they didn't even have the capability to do that with the joystick buttons that I'm using as of a week ago. I mean, it was completely broken. Right, so you go into key bindings. Right, they did not have, and you still have to mess with it. So I added all of these set to minimum holds to F8. So that if I hold F8, it sets everything to minimum. Then I can either maximize something or increase it one at a time. But like trying to figure that out, right? So now I'm gonna minimize it, and I'm gonna do... Right, it doesn't do it very fast either. 2, 4. I am using VoiceAttack. That's what I've been messing with, so that I can try and get it to work. I have a ridiculous amount of VoiceAttack stuff. So, here you go. Here's all my macros. Oh, I gotta set this one to... it works with HCS voice packs, and I've added quite a lot of other stuff. There's a link in my description. Got the whole thing. I have, here, I'll give you a little demo of the best thing, probably the best thing that no one else seems to have. Just to figure out blade power. What I have is I have resolution independent mouse macros. Even navigate to Lyria.
Navigating to Lyria.
Basically, you just have to tell VoiceAttack what your resolution is, and it takes my XY coordinates and just does a little math, and it works it all out. So you can do stuff like that. Or AVA contracts. I didn't say it loud enough. AVA contracts.
Opening contracts.
So it knows how to click on all of these buttons, regardless of your resolution. All you need to do is go in here to assemble an it, and just have to tell it what your actual resolution is. And then I have offsets and stuff too, so if you have a widescreen monitor, right, the middle 16:9 part of the monitor is what it uses, so you can set up offsets. So it works with widescreens, it works with it. Yeah, well, feel free to steal any of mine. Just go and download it, futz around. It works with HCS voice packs also, so it has a lot of the same commands. But, you know, if I go in here and just do... yeah, next level VoiceAttack, you betcha, Jack. If you go into your VoiceAttack and you open up your options, you can include commands from other profiles, and I always set override listening, right, so that I have to say her name in order to get it to listen. And yeah, you say, hey, put it in there, and then my profile, and what it does is it always reads the command top to bottom, right? So if HCS Event Horizon has a command, then it uses that command, right, for the HCS voice packs. And then if it doesn't, then assemble init, and then assemble free, and assemble private. That's, I got like passwords and stuff in there. So it just does it in order. It makes it really easy to just make it work. And since my commands that call other commands always call them with written out text, it just works. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I have a whole thing on got a whole ton of stuff here. There's a link in my video description for everything that goes to here, and it tells you how I set up everything. All stuff that that does. Yeah, how I set things up. I didn't even get to the ship configurations. I got ship configurations that does all the VTOL and landing and takeoff stuff. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you know, download it, use it, break it. You know, it takes a while to get it all set up, but I mean, I've got some nice little things that help. First of all, I exported everything into HTML so that you can... Let's look at the... Oh, that's not very... Oh. Never mind that. This is my VoiceAttack quick reference guide. So I just put up a lot of stuff that these are like the most common things that I use. And yeah, it makes it a little bit easier. And I keep track of everything in the changelog, so I'm right in the middle of getting this 3.2 4.2 updated. Just trying to figure out a couple of things with power management, and because my favorite one before was Ava, shields up.
Shields up.
So, which still kind of works. Okay, you'll see that it I put my shields at maximum and my engines next, so it's good for running. Ava, yellow alert.
Weapons engaged. Resetting power, 100% impulse. Combat mode enabled.
There you go. Ava, missile mode.
Missiles ready.
There we go. Ava, gun mode.
Weapons engaged.
Ava, nav mode.
Quantum ready. Max engines. %% impulse.
Well, it lets you max engines now
Nav
in
ready.
nav mode. Interesting. Didn't do that before. Ava, condition yellow.
Weapons engaged. Resetting power, 100% impulse. Combat mode enabled.
Ava, gear up.
Retracting landing system.
Landing gear raised.
Ava, gear down.
Deploying landing system.
Landing gear deployed.
So maybe I should just figure out a way to select all of the weapons. Well, okay. They did not. They kind of did. They kind of did. Right? So, let me show you my HOTAS setup for that. So, what I have for the HOTAS setup is the weapons. By default, it looks like they're making guns group 1 everything, which I generally don't want. Then I'm just using button 1, which is my primary trigger for group 2, button 2 for group 3, and the red thumb button on my VKBs for group 4, which is going to be for specialty weapons or like EMP stuff, right? So there's just the first stage trigger. There's first trigger and second trigger, so I was doing both. This is got the wrong button in the wrong one. So I think it happened. So weapons. Yeah, oh. That isn't one. No, that is exactly what I wanted. So my red button is the special, right? Because, you know, like, what does it matter if I shoot all of them? I suppose I could change it around. You can make this button 1, you can make that button 2. But I don't know. This just fits with the defaults with the ships, right? Because they put lasers on group 2. Group 3 is ballistics. So weapons. Yeah, basically, right? So if you have a dual stage trigger, it's always pressing the first one, and then when you press it all the way, it's doing the second one. And so it's essentially doing both at the same time. So set group, guns group 1, or do I want to just do... What is next? What is overflow? Does that mean I can set it to a... Oh, it just goes around and around and around. I don't like that. Yeah. Guess I want very specific ones here. Yeah, that's what I do in Infernal, is I just turn it on so that does both. You could also set the second button to... Oh, you couldn't do it to 2. I don't know any other way to do it. I guess that's the only way I've ever done it, is had both of them that way. So... This offset thing. Does the same thing for both, really? Alright, we're just gonna do control. Two. One, two, nothing on 4. Oh, that's why it's doing it. That's okay. Just gonna do buttons. Later, Infernal. Yeah, got a Discord too. You got questions or comments or improvements or stuff you want to see, just join up, let us know. We're also always looking for good org members. Shameless plug. Oh yes, shameless plug. Yes. Am I liking the PTA tire? Am I liking the PTU? Not really. I mean, some of it, sure. But they made some very weird decisions. Like, can you read any of the text right here now that it is over the yellow? And the answer is no, because they still don't understand contrast. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to ask you, how many decoys do I have left? Well, I don't know, because I can't read them now. Nothing. And it'll be even worse on a white planet, right? So I don't get, you know, where does my am I targeting something? Am I not targeting something? I can't tell. So power's still messed up. Right, if I minimize everything, and I maximize my shields, the way it worked a few days ago is now if I maximize my weapons, it would just take the two from that are still in output there and put it into weapons. But now it takes them all from shields and it's actually going to add one to output. Watch this. It's ridiculous. Yes. Yeah, if they just continued with a gray background right through there, then and they need to make these, because if we look closely, like, you got to get really close to see. It looks like these are outlined letters, outlined with the same as the background. So they are very, very skinny when it's lit up, which is ridiculous. If they were as bold as this here, then they might be readable on a dark background. So, you know, if we do this, it's still, yeah, it's horrible. This is insane. I still think they've also DLSS doesn't work at all at 1080p. Does not work at all. So they you know, and maybe I'm being a little extra critical, but I don't think so. I was an art major. I had a lot of training in computer graphics and stuff. I mean, it was in the 80s. It was very early on, but color theory, contrast, all that stuff doesn't change on computers compared with physical media. Yes, they did fix the blurring, I believe. Yep. But it wouldn't matter for me anyways, because they took my DLSS away. I'm shocked. There are people that are so upset right now that are 1080p users, which there are a lot of. And you know, people on normal systems that aren't that old are using 1080p. And they cut some of their frames per second in half now. Mine are not too bad, honestly, but all right. So now I gotta test. We're gonna shoot the guys in the glass. Ava suppression fire.
Alternating weapons 1 and 2.
Okay, so it's gonna go lasers. Then it's gonna, for 4 seconds, gonna wait 2 seconds, then it's gonna switch to guns. 4 seconds, wait 2 seconds. Yes. This is what I want. All right. Right? If your finger ever gets really tired from holding the keyboard down or the trigger down all the time, this is what you use. And I call it suppression fire because it suppresses shields. It's also called shield suppression. Right? Because you don't want it to spend a lot of time building back up. And if you have multiple, like if you have a full laser loadout, then you can have some of your lasers on one, some of them on the other. Just switch back and forth so you can just keep their shields constantly going down. Ava, ceasefire. And there you go. It does a little bit for me. But yeah, Jack, you're probably already CPU bottlenecked, right? So if you're CPU bottlenecked at 1080p or CPU bottlenecked at 1440p, your graphics card can handle it, but your CPU's just going, that's as fast as I go. So yeah, there are definitely systems where you don't notice it as much. And this one is probably one of them, but you know, I would probably be doing a lot better on it helps save GPU memory. And if it doesn't help with total speed, it does reduce some stuff. So there are situations where it'll get faster. Okay. Yep. Yeah, for sure. In the laptop, I'm running on a gaming laptop right now too. AMD 5800H and a 3060. So you're considerably more powerful than I am. But you know, mine runs 1440p, almost exactly the same as it does 1080p. So they do both benefit a little bit from DLSS. But yeah, oh well. I mean, I think they're going to have to change it back. They really just needed to communicate this a little bit more and give people some time to talk it out and talk some sense into them. So it does in some cases run better. Cities still suck. So yeah, it's a pretty significant improvement over the last 2 years, I would say, though. Like, probably somewhere between 10 and 30% better. All right. So I'm gonna land. I'm gonna turn off the ship. Just gonna run a quick.
All systems offline.
Ava, prepare for takeoff.
Contacting docking control. Commencing launch sequence. Powering up the ship.
Aerospace. All systems online.
Systems ready. Lights on. Resetting power. 100% impulse. Targeting default set. You have the con.
Oh, just wait, Jack. Ava, launch 10.
Launch thrusters for 10 seconds.
Wow, that
Launch
is
complete.
Beautiful sunset. Holy crap.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I'm gonna try and turn down my clouds here. See if that makes a difference. Not much. Ava, let's get underway and head to standard orbit.
Retracting landing system. Quantum ready.
Landing gear raised.
Direct ship to 90 degrees for max thrust in 3, 2, 1. 100% impulse. Max engines. Boost second burn. Full trim. Afterburners off.
Trying to see, it's off on the right. Is my boost. Ava, navigate to Bajini Point.
Navigating to Bajini Point.
The new icons are nice. It's definitely nice to see some kind of a difference. Ava, warp factor 1 on my mark.
As you wish.
Ava, punch it.
Engaging quantum drive.
Quantum drive is now off.
Ava, final approach.
Landing initiated. Weapons engaged. Resetting power. 100% impulse. Combat mode enabled. You have the con.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Ava, gear down.
Deploying landing system.
Forward proximity alert. Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
A military landing, baby. Let's move backwards a little bit here.
Takeoff complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Ava, secure the ship.
Stand max shields. Toggling thrusters.
Offline.
Completed.
Ava, display info 0. Alright, fun stuff. I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, gentlemen. I'm gonna have to work on a few ships in live to make sure they're claimed tomorrow. and gonna have to update some documentation and VoiceAttack stuff. So all the stuff I worked on tonight should be up by tomorrow. Yeah, hey, thanks, Jack. Stop by again. Everyone that asked questions and learned something and all that, hey, that was great. Yeah, don't forget to check out all the links in my description so you can download VoiceAttack stuff and check out the Discord. If you're looking for an org, join up. ASMBL's always looking for good people. And there we have it. Have a good